we've done fundraising a few times, and sometimes it's been easier and sometimes it's been really, really hard. We've done it where we've flown to all the coasts, we've tracked down sort of everyone in our alumni directory, whether they were tech investors or not investors. We've done it a bunch, and I think I've learned like 3 important lessons that I think any entrepreneur should know if they're starting the kind of company they think will need funding. The first is that like, even rich people are subject to free cookies, right? Like even though you're really rich, you're probably still the kind of person that is influenced by free. And in that lesson is actually something really important. It's that investors are just people too, right? Investors are just regular people that happen to have other people's money or their own money that they're willing to put forward. And even though they have a really good opinion on things, they might be wrong. And that was something that was really hard for me to swallow because I really looked up to all these people. You know, the second lesson is that if you really need money and they have money and they know they're the only person that can give you the money, you don't really have any leverage whatsoever. You have 0 leverage. And that puts you in a really tough spot. You can't really negotiate. It's 2008. They know it's 2008. They see your app. It's kind of crappy. Nobody really uses it. There's nothing you can do unless you hack that system, right? Unless you somehow turn the tables and give them a reason that you should have the leverage. And those reasons generally are fear of losing the deal, right? Or the belief that this thing is just going to be so big that whether you give the money or not, like you're just going to be wildly successful. Number 2 was a hard case for us to sell, so we solved for number 1, and that was a really important thing. And the very last thing I learned, and this was something that was especially true when you're kind of driving up Sand Hill Road, which I don't know if you guys have been to. I sort of thought it would look like the Emerald City, but it kind of looks like a ski lodge with no mountain. It's just a very like normal buildings. The final thing I learned is that people are going to give you all kinds of advice, and I think that it's really easy to take that advice because you walk into a room and there's like Google's first stock certificate, and you know they've invented Yahoo. Like these people are really, really, really smart. But if you look at the returns on venture capital, it's pretty shaky, and we're in a pretty high volatility industry. And one thing that we always told ourselves, and one thing that I really, really believe, is that fundamentally, like the future is unwritten. Like if they knew, they would be done, right? And so people can tell you that you should be more technical. They can tell you that you're in the wrong market. They can tell you all of these things, and those things might be true, and you should assess them for yourself. But you shouldn't take it on face because they could be wrong. And in the back of your head, you have to remember something, that for all the millions of dollars venture capital investors have made, for all the certificates that are on the wall, they have these little trophies when things go IPO. For all of those things, there are things that they passed on. And those are the things that actually burn them up. Like those are the ones that like haunt them at night. And I think that if you can convince somebody that you just might be the one that's going to beat the odds, you can be successful. And it's a general attitude that I think is important, whether you're recruiting, whether you're raising money, whether you just need